Hello chess lovers, Solan here, and in today's video we will analyze a second round game from 2023 Qatar Masters. This is a game which raised a huge noise. Former world chess champion and current world #1 chess player Magnus Carlsen gets crushed by Kazakh chess Grandmaster Alisher Suleymenov, who earned Grandmaster title just in 2023 this year. Okay, first we will analyze the game and then I will turn on Stockfish. We will see how accurate Suleymenov was, and also we'll read some controversial tweets by Magnus Carlsen. Suleymenov opened up with d4, to which Carlsen answered with knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3. White is making this anti-Nimzo Indian move, and b6 by Carlsen. Carlsen is going for queen's Indian defense. Bishop a6, queen c2. White wants to go for e4 in one move. That's why he's putting the queen on c2, protecting the pawn. Bishop goes back, knight c3, c5 and e4. C takes d4, knight takes d4, bishop c5, knight f3. An alternative is knight b3. In the game we have knight f3, knight c6, b4, bishop e7, bishop b2. Earlier bishop f4 had been seen many times. Bishop f4 is more popular. Queen goes to b8. Since white bishop didn't occupy that diagonal, Carlsen is putting the queen on b8. Rook d1, black castles, bishop e2, d6, white castles kingside, rook c8. Magnus Carlsen is a dynamic player, and I really don't like this cramped position which he got from the opening. Rook e1, bishop f8, bishop f1, knight e7. Stockfish suggests knight e5, but we have knight e7, knight b5. In return, white is playing very actively, has a very nice position, knight e8, and this is already a mistake. Better was knight g6. And be ready for bishop f6. There is nothing wrong with black's kingside, queen d3, rook d8. But instead we have knight e8, and now let's see what's the problem with it. There comes knight g5. White is playing very aggressively. Knight g6 and e5. Well, everything is ready to go for a breakthrough, to land some punches, and white goes for it. Now if you go for d takes e5, then bishop takes e5 just. And there is no knight e5, there is this checkmate coming. So white knight on g5 is on an excellent square. d5 by Carlsen, queen b3, I'm pinning the pawn. Bishop e7, attacking the bishop, and now it's white to move. Here we go, guys. Usually it's Carlsen who makes moves like this against his opponents, but now he gets the taste of his own medicine, and knight takes f7 lands. What a brutal sacrifice, what a brutal sacrifice, guys. How can Carlsen allow this? C takes d5, bishop takes d5, and now what? This time we have rook takes d5, guys. This is insane, this is crazy, what's happening? E takes d5, queen d5 check, king f8, knight d4. Black decided to cover that e6 square, but stepped into this ugly pin. King g8, g5 won't give you much, g3 is coming, so king g8 and the knight on f4 drops. Queen b7, trying somehow to switch this queen into the game, but now comes knight f5. White is intensifying the pressure. Moreover, white is even doing materially good, you know. A bishop and two pawns against the rook and a ferocious attack. Now bishop c4 can be a threat. Black decided to take that under control, but Suleymenov just munched that pawn as well. Yeah, relying on the fact that knight e7 can land, and then a checkmate if you capture on b5. Bishop f8, check, king h8, knight h6, black resigned. Okay, it's not like that there is a checkmate in a few moves, but black is in a totally lost position, and Carlsen decided to stop this humiliation. Okay, now my stockfish is on, and we can go on. We can go through the game while stockfish is on. At the moment, we can see that white has a white is slightly better, but of course it's okay to play a position like this. Although you have to be super accurate already, something which even Carlsen fails to do. Okay, white is making bishop f1, but bishop f1 is not even among top moves. Bishop f1, knight e7. Okay, as you can see, knight e5 is the move, but we have knight e7, knight b5, and now knight e8. Yeah, the move which black should make is knight g6, or even rook d8 is possible. But we have knight e8, and already here we can see a huge change in evaluation. Knight g5, the first move. Knight g6 and e5. Again, white is making the top move. d5, queen b3. Queen b3 is the second move, and from a human perspective it looks logical. Bishop e7, and yeah, knight f7 lands. King takes f7. Well, I don't see anything special in white's play, guys. You know, black found himself in a very awkward position just from the opening. And let's not forget that on the white side is Grandmaster. Yeah, not of the level of Carlsen, but a Grandmaster guys who, of course, for sure can make moves like this. Knight d4 now. Knight d4 is another top move. Knight f4. Queen e4, queen f3, queen f3. Again, looks very logical from human perspective. You are pinning the knight, king g8, and the knight drops. Queen b7, knight f5, and knight f5 is not even among Engine's moves. b5. Now bishop b5 is the third choice, right? Bishop f8, bishop c4 check, king h8, knight h6, black resigned. Okay, now I want to read what Carlsen tweeted after the game. I was completely crushed in my game today. This is not to accuse my opponent of anything, who played an amazing game and deserved to win. But honestly, as soon as I saw my opponent was wearing a watch early in the game, I lost my ability to concentrate. I obviously take responsibility for my inability to deal with those thoughts properly, but it's also incredibly frustrating to see organizers still not taking anti-cheating seriously at all. No transmission delay, spectators walking around the playing hall with smartphones. Let us know what do you think about this tweet and the game, guys. Did white Suleymenov play in a fair way, or you suspect him in some unfair play? Let us know, please. In the end, the chess puzzle, which by the way was composed in the 13th century, it's white to move and win the game. The task is easy and you can solve it. Leave the answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in my next video.